No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer, and with me as always, the Iago to my Jafar, Vespasian.
Hi everybody. I can't do the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
All right, yeah, the little parrot to my... I think it should be the red. I think you are more Jafar. I don't know.
Like I said, there's always a lot to unpack with the way that you decide to lay these out. So
you're the guy with the power in the Ninth Age community. I'm the guy just talking a lot of crap on the side. Okay. Anyway, hey, if you guys didn't notice, we sent out a challenge video to the Proxy Table Gaming guys for the crown of the best two-person Ninth Age YouTube channel. And they graciously gave us back a response video that was pretty freaking hilarious. I'll admit our video was hilarious, but theirs was pretty hilarious too. I will link both in the description below. But we just wanted to give you guys an update. We will be starting the games very soon. And Vespasian, tell us about a forum post that you put up because you did that and I didn't.
Yeah, we just thought this would be, a fun. I mean, the outrageous insult slung at SwampSwimmer on the streets of London notwithstanding. We just thought this would be a fun way to get the community engaged between the two channels, and so we wanted to get all of your ideas. Some were interesting. I think there was one person that recommended that we play a game, 30 Giants versus 30 Giants, which points for ingenuity. There's lots of fun ideas, including one that I think we might steal about doing like a 2v2 mega battle or something like that. But we're going to try to incorporate as much as we can to get make some fun out of it. I think there's a little bit of maybe a challenge within a challenge, not to spoiler it too much, but. Anyway, so hopefully everybody's looking forward to that, and we've got some fun games coming up for all of you to see.
Yeah, definitely. We are starting out the games this week. We'll be playing our first games. If you guys want to still see stuff, check out the forum post. Which forum is it in on the website, on the Ninth Age website?
Yeah, it's on the Ninth Age website. I think in the battle reports.
Okay. Yeah, so go in there and make your voices known or comment on this video, anyone you want. We are looking forward to this. It's going to be fun. The Proxy Table Gaming guys are really cool, so we're excited. But let's get to the battle report. We are on to round 2 of Infernal Zoo 10 2022 in Davis, California. It's on to my game. On the game 1, I got only 5 points against some dirty vermin swarm. But I'm on to round 2, and I get paired into some more Saurian Ancients. We're having a Saurian Ancient off. Our good friend Luke from the Bay Area, he's been playing Saurian Ancients forever. We both have kind of very differing views of the new book, so this is going to be a fun game. If you are interested in my list, click the link right above my head. That'll take you to the round 1 video where we talk about my list in a little more depth. But let's talk about Luke's list. So he's got the good old favorite, the Tegu Veteran on an Alpha Carnosaur, Paired Weapon Super Dex, Starfall Scales, Obsidian Rock, Crown of Autocracy. And I talked with him in the tournament. We kind of had some confusion in the list review video of why he did Crown of Autocracy. And the reason why he did that was because since he now has a bubble, if he's off by himself, he gets cold-blooded. If he didn't have that, he wouldn't be cold-blooded off by himself. That's why he did that, which is very smart. He's got the Anu
trick. That guy often end up running along off by himself. So yeah.
The Anu Archmage on Druidism with Forbidden Mastery and Ancient Plaque. So he's got the Druidism spells and the Pyromancy spells. 8 Caimans with Halberds and the
I'll tell you something. for a, you know, the whole concept of forbidden mastery is like this just like extreme outlier Anararch who, you know, is using the forbidden fire magic. There's an awful lot of them.
It sure seems to be a lot of them. He sure seems to be using it a lot.
Yeah.
I cannot disagree. We got the 8 Caimans with Obelisks of Collaboration, which means they can, if the unit's getting multi-charge, they get to reroll the charge distance. 24 Tegu Warriors, 21 Skink Warriors with the Enclave, 21 Temple Tegu Guard with great weapons, and the Skeptic Steel, which is the turn-off ward save, the Aegis saves, which is pretty awesome. We got a Thyroscutus Herd. This is the combined strength, so you can join a unit of Tegu with Monolith of Vitalism, which is the BSB. 8 Raptor Riders with Light Lances, 3 Pterodon Riders with Marking Bolas, 5 Skink Gorillas with Blowpipes and Marking Lures, and a Carnosaur with combined strength. So it means he's going in with the Raptor Riders.
And a reminder, this was pre-patch, so pre the defensive skill nerf to the Carnosaur, just as a reminder.
Yes. So he's got just a lot of hard hitters, not a whole lot of chaff. He's got 1 Pterodon and 1 Skink Gorilla. And he just definitely took more of a chunky list than I did.
Yeah, more combat focused.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think looking at this matchup,
The Carnosaur is scarier. Oh, god.
I think I'm a little scared.
Carnosaur is scarier. Charizard, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely scared of that. Oh wait, scared of what? Of my...
Well, they get the multi wounds against all of your monsters, right? So, yeah.
Exactly. That's a little bit scary. I think I could possibly finagle and like out chaff, and I can take care of bricks of guys, but the alpha and a baby Carno all on the same list is a little scary for me. So let's go into the deployment. I can't remember who goes first. Yeah, I go first, so that means he dropped everything for me to go. Because this is counter... No, it's counter thrust, yeah. So he dropped 3. And we kind of ended up being a line here, but left to right. So I've got my Hunters and my Gorillas with blowpipes. I've got 1 Cayman Stick. This is the Engine of the Ancients Taurosaur, my Skink Blender. This is my BSB Taurosaur, Hunters in front of them. Next to them is the Thyroscutus Bolt Thrower unit. Another unit of the Cayman Stick. My Magnetic Bows with my character in it. Over on the far right is the Taurosaur with the Suncatcher engine, and I put him over there to prevent his scouts because his chameleons were scouts, or his gorillas were scouts, and then my other gorillas on the far right and Vanguard up to here. So he Vanguarded with his Pterodons up in this place. I knew I was getting first turn, so I set up these Vanguards so I knew I could just immediately start shooting things. It was pretty good. So on his side, far left are the baby Caimans. Then this is the baby Carno in the unit of Raptor Riders, his small Skink unit, his Tego unit. This is the Alpha, the big white one there. And then in this unit, this is his Tegu Guard with the Anararch, with the Great Protector Thyroscutus. So this unit can't be stomped, can't be has parry all the time, and with great weapons. It's an interesting combo. It's got parry. Yeah. Oh man, that's a beast of a unit right there. So in my turn 1. What did I do? where did my... Okay, I'm reviewing this. I basically move up everywhere.
Pull them off the hill.
Yeah, where did the skink hunters that were here go?
Is that them behind the hill?
No, they moved to right here in front of my... I realized they were going to be no use on the hill, so I moved them off. And I move up basically... I don't move up very much anywhere because I don't want to get close. I'm being zoned by that alpha because he's on the hill. And I don't want to get him... I really want to get my Thyroscus bolt throwers within 18 inches of him to shoot him and probably kill him. But if I don't in one turn, he will, charging off the hill, pretty much get to me every time.
Yeah.
So I kind of tentatively move up. I leave the hill here. I let his units on the left have to try to get over the hill, and then I can chaff them again. Nothing too exciting. Bottom of 2. You notice I put all my shooting into his 2 chaff pieces. His gorilla chameleons are gone, and his pterodons are gone. So I consider that a good first magic guys. Took care of all of his chaff. He also tentatively moves up. On the hill, he basically puts just the Cayman's toe on the hill and doesn't bring the Raptor Riders onto the hill.
Because of the Taurosaurs, I'm guessing.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Did he get within 6 at the center? It looks like he did.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
All right, my turn. I chaff these Cayman on the far left. I turn the Engine of the Ancients barely within, I think, 12 inches of these guys to hit them with the Engine of the Ancients. Continue to move my chaff around. The chameleons get all the way in his backfield, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Maybe if he doesn't come in hard with the Alpha Carnosaur, I can get some wounds off of the Alpha with my poison shots. And this is one thing I don't do. For some reason, I'm too scared of that Alpha, so I don't push my Skink Blender up on the center, and I highly regretted not doing that, because when I think about it, even if that Alpha comes in to the Skink Blender, I'd wipe him in the first turn.
It's a lot of poison.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have AP 2 or 3 if I want to use my Rending Banner. I think what I was scared of was multi-charges, particularly from the other his baby Carno unit.
A lot of heat. Yeah. I agree.
I throw a piece of chaff up, my hunters up to chaff the Alpha Carnosaur, or not completely chaff him, but prevent him from coming straight on. Still outside of 18 inches from my my bolt thrower shots. And I move the Taurosaurs up on the right to try to get some flank charges off in next turn, trying to set up a trap. And yeah, so in his turn, he takes the charge. Oh no, this is it. I did move the bolt throwers within 18 inches of the Alpha Carnosaur, and I flub. I only do 2 wounds to him.
He is hard target.
Yeah, and I also put the poison into him, and total I do 2 wounds. I thought I was gonna do more. So he decides to take the chaff. I end up sticking with the terror check because I messed up and I didn't put this guy within 8 inches of a. Oh no, I did put him 18 inches of this stick. So they don't flee, which was exciting. But then on the left, he takes the chaff also over here. He turns the baby Carno to face to the right. And then put his toe on the hill. He was being really careful with this baby Carno unit, which surprised me. And yes, he has 2 scoring units in the center or within 6 of the center token. And then in next turn, the real game starts here. So he blows up the chaff. He chooses to overrun with his big block with his Tegu guard. My chaff outruns him, and he chooses to stay with his alpha. Okay. This presents a great opportunity for me, I guess. I'm sitting with this Taurosaur facing his alpha with an easy charge range, and I'm like, can my Taurosaur take the alpha? With 4 wounds left. As you can see, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I was just like, I wanted to see if it could happen, and I threw him in. He made it, so that's exciting. On the left, he kills the chaff. If you notice, a bunch of 2 guys are dead, and that was from the engine, the ancient shot, and the guys in combat actually did a few wounds. So I really whittled down this Cayman unit a little bit. So I decide to multi-charge with my Cayman stick and the Taurosaur. And I thought that was going to be enough to kill him. And it was an easy charge. It was something like 12 inches total, so it would have been a 6 on dice. And I freaking roll like a 1, 2, and a 2 with this Taurosaur. So that leaves my Cayman stick into his Cayman block. And it's just, I was so frustrated with that roll. Because that basically,
baby Carnosaur can come in and
it's not good. It's not good. And now the Taurosaur's on the hill. All bad. So it goes to combat. I do rally these guys. So this Tegu guard unit is still chaffed. I bring the other Taurosaur around up behind the Tegu guard because the Taurosaur is not going to kill them, but I wanted to, if I didn't kill the alpha, to come around and add pressure to him. And then in combat, there is no more alpha.
Ooh.
I got the Awaken the Beast +1 strength on the Taurosaur, and just smacked him with impact hits. Dude, I'm telling you,
he didn't think to like heal it or put some buffs on it or anything.
I think I don't know what happened. I can't remember what happened in that magic phase, but he definitely got nothing off on it. I didn't kill him with impact hits because he swung back at me and did 4 wounds. I think, now I remember correctly, I did all but 1 wound. He swung back at me and could only do 2 wounds to me.
Oof.
And then I killed him with just the regular Taurosaur attacks.
Wow.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And then I overrun into his Cayman unit. Or to his Tegu unit.
Okay.
Obviously here the Cayman destroy the Cayman stick that ran in, and then they countercharge into my Taurosaur.
They have halberd?
No, they have the tooth and claw. So it's actually a little risky. He's only wounding on 6s, but those 6s are lethal strike.
Right, okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, so this is his turn now. He takes the chaff again with his Tegu guard block. And he just stays apprehensive. He wants to keep his raptor riders with the baby Carno on the hill. He's doing the right move. He's winning secondary right now, and he's just waiting for me to try to take secondary from him to hold the center. So he's really doing the right move there. All right, and then shockingly, my Taurosaur sticks to the Caymans, which is really lucky. And this is the turn I shove forward to try to contest the secondary. I was hoping my Taurosaur would, and I throw the other Taurosaur into the flank of his Tegu unit here to hopefully break them, and then in turn 4, no one would get the center token, and then hopefully I'd pick it up 5-6 and we could tie secondary. That's what I was thinking.
You didn't manage to take those last 2 wounds off the Torosaur with the Tegu. That's a shit. That's unlucky, right?
Yeah, it is unlucky. It is. Yeah, I survived 1 round of combat and then I countercharged. I throw up more chaff to stop the Tegu. I don't want this Tegu guard block into my Thyroscutuses because they'll lose very quickly. So I chaff them and I start moving the Thyroscutuses off to the right. I have 2 pieces of chaff in his backfield, but I needed them down here, not in his backfield. I was too much thinking about the old school Saurian Ancients, where like these guerrilla units could really just take off units, like just pump out damage. Let's see here. So in his turn, I whiff with the Torosaurs into his Tegu. He ends up killing the one in the front, turning to face the other one.
Okay.
It's not good. He takes the charge, or he chaffs with his skinks in the center. I can't remember if he charged or not, but he chaffs and then he puts his Raptor Riders into my flank, which is a little scary. And he turns his Tegu Guard at my Thyroscutuses. There's no way I can get out of his charge arc, so I end up just turning and facing him and shooting. And this is where things get a little crazy. He charges with his Tegu Guard. I decide to flee. You notice I only killed 1 guy. This is what I noticed throughout the entire tournament. This Thyroscutus unit with the giant magnetic bows, sometimes they just like destroy units, but they are very, very prone to flubbing. Mm-hmm. It happened maybe 3 or 4 times. It happened during the tournament. So it scares me a little bit. You notice my Torosaur ended up winning combat against his Cayman and running him down, which is pretty nice on the left. And then the Skink Blender, ends up destroying the skinks that were in front of him. And I think I turned to face, and he realizes them charging into the Raptor Riders charging into my Skink Blender is not the right move, so he runs past me to here. And I think since this Cayman unit, this Tegu unit stuck, I lose secondary. I was anticipating them breaking, and so that means I lose secondary. There's nothing I can do about it at this point in the game. And that's the end of the game. I think I rally the Thyroscutus. Oh no, that's what happens. I don't rally the Thyroscutuses in the bottom right, and they run off the table because they're not a scoring unit. They're not a scoring unit. They only have leadership 6, so I was on a non-cold-blooded 6. And they just go off the board. That was set. And also, the other problem with this unit is it's incredibly expensive. It's 635 points, I think.
Yeah, that's not cheap.
So since they ran off the board, that really hurt. He took, I can't remember if he ends up taking this Torosaur or not. Yeah. But it's deceiving. I get 5 points. So on points, he got 12 and I got 8.
The Alpha, the Caymans, the Skinks, and all the chaff is. What did he get from you? He got one of the Cayman sticks, a Torosaur, a few chaff units. Oh, and the Thyros. Gosh, wow! I would have thought you would have been up on points and then lost the secondary. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, they go off. I lost 2 Torosaurs, or maybe I lost the other one. This Torosaur like in combat. I can't remember. But yeah, He definitely beat me on points.
Okay.
What did you think on as far as deployment? I think my number one mistake looking at the game is I didn't push harder with the Skink Blender. That's the other thing I learned from this game. The Skink Blender is freaking great. And I need to put it in I need to push more with it and put it in situations where they're going to charge me, because not much can stand up to when they're charging in the Skink Blender unit. I've got a bajillion re-rolling. I got a bajillion re-rolling to wound poison attacks, or re-rolling to hit poison attacks, and I can make them AP3 if I want when I get charged.
Yeah, I think it's hold is tough with your scoring layout, because those two elder sticks, Cayman sticks, like are really important to your discipline.
Yeah.
So you can't, you can't just shove them up in the center to grab a point one turn and risk them, right? I think that's tough. I agree. You should have been more aggressive with the Skink Blender, because I don't think that one-on-one anything in his army wants to fight it, and you have the chaff to prevent those multi-charges. So yeah, especially given that he had no kind of zoning charges, like his Caymans aren't facing the center, I would have just shoved him up, because I think if you had contested it turn 2, then you actually could have won it in the late game. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I
look like you only have one scoring unit turn 2. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
But
mistake.
overall, your shooting just didn't really seem like it did much of anything.
It didn't. That's what I'm really saying. I love this Thyroscutus unit, but it's just like sometimes it just doesn't work. It's not enough dice. It's 6 dice. It's 6 dice, and sometimes you just don't roll well on those 6 dice. Yeah, I realized early on I really messed up my core selections in this. I don't like these Cayman sticks. That's the thing for next tournament. We'll get there. But yeah, I'm learning lessons every game with this new Saurian Ancient book, but I'm still excited about it.
Great book. Yeah.
So 2 losses to start out Infernal Zoo. A little sad, but it's okay. We'll be into Vespasian's round 2 in the next video. If you're still watching, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.